All right, my friends, I'm going to encourage you to sign up for this webinar on about Social Security strategies by two guys I've been following for many, many years. Bill Reichenstein from Baylor and Bill Meyer. I don't think he's a professor, but they've been running. They've been writing in the Journal for Financial Planning for many a moon. And they run Social Security software that somewhat of a competitor to Kotlikoff software, which is Maximize Your Social Security or whatever. I think it's Maximize My Social Security, something like that. But anyway, so here is the info, and it's for advisor perspectives. It's more for advisors, but I don't see anything in here that says you have to be an advisor. So Tuesday, May 26th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. First name, last name, email. And you can even add a question for the live webinar. Whether or not they answer that, I don't know. But I think this would be good, man. I'm a big fan of Reichenstein, big fan of Meyer. And Reichenstein, Professor Emeritus at Baylor. He's taught and researched finance since 1978. He's written more than 130 articles, frequent contributor to JFP, the Journal for Financial Planning. Meyer, founder of CEO of Retiree Income and national recognized expert tax efficient retirement withdrawal strategies. He's invited to public testimony on retirement matters at the U.S. Senate. All right. So here's the what's going to cover. They'll answer advisors' questions. Again, it says advisors, but I don't think you need to be an advisor specifically. And you just sign on and watch. You should, man. If Social Security is top of the mind, there's no reason you shouldn't be involved here. They're going to points will cover how at a high level has commie virus impacted retirement planning. Why our tax efficient withdrawal strategy is a good way for advisors to show their advisor alpha, and how they can add to portfolio longevity. How will commie virus impact market returns and tax efficient strategies? Case examples illustrating the impact and withdrawal of strategies made for a client, how this environment has impacted Social Security. Should clients behave differently? Anyway, lots going on here. And again, I'm a fan of these guys. I'll share a story with you. As an insurance guy who told me about the taxation provisional income on Social Security, I'll never forget this. I was 2011. I was in my office in Center City, Philadelphia. One of my clients came in. And he said, hey, this insurance guy is trying to sell me on some products, blah, blah, blah. And I said, stay away. But he gave me this article. And he said, would you mind just reading over? Because, it actually made sense. I said, he said, but no one's talked about this. I read the article and I said, man, this guy's right. I'd never heard what provisional income was, the taxation on Social Security. I've never heard any of that. I just always assumed the 85% tax rate on Social Security. And when I read this article, I was literally dismayed because by then I had a master's degree in personal financial planning, a CFP. I'd been in the business at that point for about 15 years. And I was stunned what I did not know. And I started looking at provisional income taxation on Social Security on Journal for Financial Planning on Google Scholar, and I couldn't find hardly squat about it. I found like one article by a guy, some CPA, and it was just very. It was way out of the mainstream. It was like some just rag that I couldn't believe it. I was like that, and that was it. So I emailed Reichenstein. I said, "Are you familiar with this?" And he said, "No, I'm not." But it was nice. He emailed me back because I'm not familiar with it. I'll have to look more into that. And it was amazing to me how the life insurance people knew more about this than Reichenstein did. There was hardly anyone writing about that. The provisional income taxation on Social Security benefits, tax-free, tax-efficient withdrawal strategies. Kitsis wasn't. Any of the guys in Journal for Financial Planning were not. It was some just unknown accountant, and I can't remember where he is from, but I was like, man. And I reached out to that guy, and I think an email kicked back because his article was older. Reichenstein never wrote about it. Natalie Choate never wrote about it. She does more estate planning. Not Natalie Choate. Elaine Floyd. I never heard anything her write about it. There's somebody else who's big on Social Security. I'm not John Bank who that was. Never written about it. It was the weirdest thing, man. And it's a big deal. And I'm sure the reason these guys didn't, because most of their clients are higher net worth, and so most of them you just got to assume 85% Social Security. But most of my clients are just regular middle class Joes, like Joe Biden, middle class Joe. And I said, man, so that began my trek on where I am today. I was freaking pissed, not gonna lie. I was like, how do people not know this? And that was my mission, to inform people. And so far, so good, because a lot of people are picking up how taxation on Social Security works now, which is good. Then I came across a man, Andrew Biggs, and the rest is history, of course. Biggs obviously is the authority when it comes to this. Not only is Biggs testifying, was not only the number 2 guy in Social Security under George W., but he testifies, he works with people. He's got a line to the people in Capitol Hill about how to fix Social Security, which Reichenstein probably doesn't, and the Meyer probably do not. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just it's a deep issue we got to concern ourselves with. And even if you're a layman, man, it would make complete sense for you to sign on. So I'll put a link in the show notes, and I'd like to hear what your thoughts are if you do attend, because I'm going to attend. I think this is critically important. All right, we'll see you guys.